Alireza, let's go. Who is the best chess player of all time in fast time control games? By opinion of many, it is Magnus Carlsen, then Hikaru Nakamura, and also by opinion of many closest to them, and Hikaru and Magnus has both mentioned this, is Alireza Firouzja. Alireza is only 21 years old, and many think that he is soon to take over in the number one spot, Magnus and Hikaru. All right, now for the context, I will give you here Alireza's results since the candidates tournament. And by the way, I'm a big fan of Alireza. I tweeted during the candidates that I was rooting for him to win it all, and I still hope that one day he gets to win the candidates and play the world championship match and become the world champion. Now I will show his results since the candidates here, which is just mind-blowing in my opinion. The consistency, all right? Champions Chess Tour on Chess.com Classic. First, won against Magnus twice in the final. Bullet Chess Championship. First place, again, won against Hikaru twice in the final. Also won against Daniel Naroditsky, another one of the best blitz players, especially in online time controls, and Nihal Sarin, another monster. Grand Chess Tour, Superbet Chess Classic, Romania. This is over the board tournament. He got second place and lost to Fabi in tie break. Then Grandchester Super United Rapid and Blitz Croatia, also second place tied MVL and Wesley. This is also over the board. Crunch Lab Masters, second place, also lost to MVL apparently, and won against Fabi, Duda, and Nepo. Some monsters of fast time control games. Grandchester first place. Grandchester Sinkfield Cup first place. Field consisted of Wesley, MVL, Fabi, Gukesh, Dean, Nepo, Nodirbek, Abdusatoro, etc. Then Speed Chess Championship, he got second place after beating Hikaru Nakamura in a very convincing manner and then losing to Magnus in the final. And Julius Baer Generation Cup, second place, lost to Magnus again. And Global Chess League team event where he was standout player on his board by far and won at least once against each of Magnus, Hikaru, MVL, Anish Giri, Wishi Anand, and you name it. So basically at age of 21, my man is in the GOAT conversation. Greatest player of all time in fast time controls. All right? And I think many would say that that is very well deserved. And I personally like him a lot. A very nice, humble guy. And something that really stood out to me was after losing Speed Chess Championship finals against Magnus Carlsen, in the interview he said that it's very nice that Magnus is still maintaining his level because it could get lonely at the top. That gives you an idea where he is mentally. At age of 21, my man is feeling lonely at the top. All right, that's mind-blowing. All right, now let's get to today's topic. All right, this Tuesday I had a pleasure to play him in the third round of Title Tuesday weekly tournament that is held on chess.com, and we will see what happened in that game. Then I have two other games to show you, total of 3 games basically for today that I thought was instructive from this tournament and relevant for tournament standings. I hope you do enjoy. Do let me know what you think in the comments. If you already have not done so, please consider subscribing. It helps me and the channel a lot and gives me motivation to create more of these type of videos. Now for the format, I will show the games first as it was happening because I had it recorded and I was actually streaming live. And after the games, I will stop and show a little bit of critical moments that I think deserves attention. All right, let's get to it. Alireza, let's go. All right, we are playing against Alireza, man. Let's get some ready going. Wow, G5. Okay. Can we do H3? Are we back? Alright, we'll defend the D4 pawn. And now we could go E4 immediately, or should we take first? E4, E5, and then we take? What do we think about that? Okay, okay. You know what? Alireza is very fast. So I should probably keep time for later. Let's take there. Okay, I'm gonna try trade rooks. I guess we needed that. But let's go try trade the bishop maybe for the knight. He wants to go bishop e6, right? There we go. Queen b3, not to allow bishop to get out. And get ready for the castle. Okay. Now we can go to c4. Retreat. So we could go to c5 next. Could also play bishop c5 maybe? We should. How did? Oh wow, gives us the b7 pawn. Okay. Okay, that's a hefty pawn. Next, I'll probably want to get back on c5. d6 maybe is also. Okay, what if there, knight c7 takes there, knight e8. Now that's for sure good for us, right? Knight takes e4. I was thinking bishop here. Or do we go here? Oh, that guy's defending. So I guess gotta go back. This guy's. Ooh, thank you. Thank you. Let's go. Wow. Wow. Guys. Whew. Did this just happen? We just took down Alireza Firouzja. I have so much respect for this guy, it's crazy. He is probably top 3 player in fast time controls. He's like Magnus, Hikaru, and then Alireza. I think that is my new highest rated win. By far, probably. Well, previously I think it was MVL, but now it's for sure Alireza. 21, he was 21, 60, something, 61. Crazy thing was the entire game was clean too. Obviously, he took us for a little bit of a joke with a g5, but still. I mean, in Blitz, you can play anything, you know? So, winning the game still takes a lot. So, I don't think that takes away from the win. Alright, yeah, we were cooking the entire time. I don't think we were worse at any point. Okay, he played really bad. And culminating the rook blunder, but still. Again guys, anything can happen in a single game of chess. Let's break down what happened. I started with my favorite RETI opening. He plays e6 and after g3 decided to play g5 to make my knight immediately uncomfortable. Now, I've seen this before. Few people have played it against me. Black's idea is basically to start caveman attack on the king side. Alright? Cheese, as Hikaru likes to call it. Now I decided to play d4. Well, to be fair, it is sort of dubious opening, but then again, Alireza has been playing first move knight h3 against world best players and beating them, so I'll still take this win. Alright, d4 now to attack this pawn, g4, and then I go to e5 to attack this pawn back on g4. He decides to defend it with h5, and I decided to immediately ask some questions here, attack this pawn. d6, now I have to retreat back. Bishop g7, my pawn on d4 is under attack, so I have to defend it. And after knight c6, I decided to take control of the center with e4. At the same time, queen is attacking the g4 pawn. e5 to defend it, and here I decided to clear things up immediately in the center. d5 and following it up with maybe like takes trades on g8 and c4, knight c3 would also make sense. Something like this, for example. Maybe bishop g5 even, or c4. Should still be good for me, but he's quite comfortable with king's Indian positions, so I didn't want to go into those structures. I decided to open up the center and force the matter immediately on the king side. And knight to a3. I thought this move was quite good because now knight has prospects to come to c4 specifically. After knight f6, I did regret this for a second because I was thinking, oh man, now I can defend this pawn comfortably on e4 because I didn't want to put the bishop on g2, staring at the e4 pawn. So I was quite happy to see bishop g5 move pinning the knight. He plays queen e7, I go queen b3. Now apparently I could have gone bishop e2 immediately to attack this g4 pawn and probably win it on the next move. Something like knight c4, knight e3, or immediately takes on f6 and then take on g4. But I didn't see that during the game. However, practically I think queen b3 also makes a lot of sense. Makes this bishop uncomfortable to get out because the b7 pawn would be hanging, and it forced him to play rook b8, which means that king is now gonna lose the castling. All right, I thought that was pretty good for me. b6 is something that I was expecting, and probably I was gonna go long castle here. And I still like white's position. Black has some weaknesses here, and I have a lot of targets. All right, this pin along this diagonal as well. So rook b8. Now I go long castle, bishop e6, and queen to a4. I didn't mind leaving this diagonal, this diagonal at all, because now queen is gonna come to another useful diagonal here to pin the knight, threaten knight e5. You can tell I'm still excited. I literally missed every single arrow that I drew. King goes to f8, and now bishop back to e3, because the main epicenter of the fight is going to be on the queen side, so I want all my pieces looking at the queen side. Here I'm threatening bishop c5 to win the queen, so he has to move the king away, and then I land on c5 with my knight. I want to take on e6, maybe bishop comes to c4, and after queen e8, which I think was a mistake and computer agrees, but apparently this position is already more than +2, so I'm already doing very good out of not even 20 moves, 18 moves. All right, queen goes to e8, the knight goes to b5. Now there are way too many weaknesses into black's position. All three pawns are hanging at the moment. So if queen comes back to e7, I take on e6. So he played rook c8 and dropped one pawn. With that one pawn, there goes another pawn. I think he tried to create some counterplay here, basically based on tricks. But the point is, if rook goes to a8, I'm not afraid of that. Looks like queen is trapped, but not really, because I can take knight c7 and my bishop is defending the rook. When rook takes a6, knight takes e8, and if you take there, I'll take on a6, obviously, winning an exchange. If you take rook a2, then I take on f6, and now I'm simply 2 pawns up, and both of those pawns are very strong. I'll come back to c5 to trade the bishop, and then basically the queen side is mine. So this would be decisive as well. This is like +5. So after queen a6, he took the pawn on e4 first. Now bishop going to g2 I thought would make sense, but I did want to keep an eye on this queen in case there are rook a8 ideas. So that's why I chose d3 instead of g2. And when knight moved back, now knight to c5, no more ideas to trap my queen. But on rook a8 still I have knight c7 and then taking on a8. Now there are even more threats in the position. And after bishop d5, I figured bishop f5, this had to be close to game over. If rook moves away, I have knight c7. And again, now knight is the one defending the queen in case he still decides to go for this trick. So I think understanding that we're both getting low on time, now he played knight b8, blundered the rook, and resigned right after. Undoubtedly my highest rated win. Okay, now this gives me an inspiration to go for Magnus. I think from the top players, Magnus is the only one that I do not have a win against. Well, I have one win against Hikaru. I came very close against Fabi. Okay, I don't have wins against other players as well, but I've had chances basically. But Magnus is the one. All right, next. Okay, cool. I will show you 2 more games from this tournament that I thought was instructive. All right, Spider Ibarra. Jose Carlos Ibarra Yeres. Let's go. Let's go e5. Italian. Okay, I'll play knight here. Let's go h6 system. Let me put the emote only. And we are on. Okay, I'll stop this pawn on a5, let's see. Let's go c3. If c3, I believe it makes more sense to play g6. The question is always basically, do we want to play g6 or g5 in these positions? Okay, let's go h8. Another question I'm not sure, usually in these positions, is do I put king on h8 or h7? There you go. Looks like it would have been a little better to... Would it? Actually, what if we take here? And take there too? I see a little tactic there. Here, here, here. If we go queen h4, he has bishop e3, so I guess we have to take first. Maybe he's gonna move the king away. I don't know. E6 on. Queen e3. What is this endgame? I don't think we are worse here. Why would we be worse? I think our pawn structure is slightly better. He has more pawn islands than we do. So the knight here. To keep an eye on this pawn. No, I wanted to go this way. Okay, we have to defend the c7 pawn. That pawn? No, right? Ah, I want to go knight g5 at the end there. Rook rook there, rook c7. Nope. No, thank you. Let's go rook b5. First attack this guy. Make sure there are no knight g5 tricks. Now we'll attack this guy. Now we can take how do we take with the knight? Oh, but then he can play e5. Nah. Alright. I don't think we mind this. Which way do we go though? That's right. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How did you not win that, bro? King d1, oh my. King d1. King d1 is the this is the theoretical endgame I teach to my students. King d1, and if he goes king c3, I have d2 check. If he goes rook h1, then I have rook e1 check. Here d2. Okay. Kayden Troff. Kayden had a great tournament. The previous tournament. Alright. Let's go. Oh wow. They're very clear about their intention to keep this pawn. We gotta be, I think, as clear with our intention to capture it. not sure what's going on. It takes, I guess we'll take back. We're left with isolated pawn, but the b2 pawn is the target. Here I was thinking going. What do you guys think? Yeah. Nope. It didn't quite work. No, it did. Okay, that's gonna be a comfortable square for the knight. Oh my, ah! Ah, knight takes. Ah. Knight d5, bro, or h6. Oh my, knight d5 is +5. I mean -5 for me. Alright, after that disappointing loss against Kayden Troff, aka Chess Sharks, I ended up tournament with 7.5 out of 11, I believe, or 7 out of 11. I gotta get used to playing heavy hitters. This has happened a few times already. Early on in a tournament, I beat a strong player and then I get overwhelmed and too excited, basically, to keep playing on high level. So I guess gotta get used to playing good quality games, game after game. All right, make that a norm. That was all I wanted to show you for today. Definitely an inspiration for me and hopefully inspiration for you as well. Again, we gotta play for the win against anyone. Anything can happen in a single game of chess. Cheers.